Hello. I hope everything's coming through correctly. Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Dice and Dreary Alive. We've got the cast back here for another installment of this, what was supposed to be a one-shot and turned into a running adventure.
We're really slow.
Well, to start with, why don't we start with you playing Iliphar on the right, just to the right of me.
I'm sorry, who's playing? Oh, I'm playing Iliphar.
Yes.
It's been a while. Hello, my name is the Techno Funk Boy. I am playing Iliphar, a very thoughtful and sensitive drow who likes long walks on the beach and has a soft spot for pine-scented candles and stabbing people in the back. I am Techno Funk Boy. I have a channel. Go follow it because we're going to do Final Fantasy role playing on tomorrow.
That's tomorrow. Awesome.
Yeah.
And below him, Reynald is being played by Ravenant.
I am Ravenant, playing Reynald de Lasalle, the half-elf cleric of questionable virtue. Other than that, I am a member of the Dice and Dreary cast.
Indeed. That is your icon right now on screen is Sprocket. Your pixelated Sprocket.
When did it change that? I updated it to have a mustache because I forgot it the first time.
And last but not least, playing the role of Chowder, we have Thrashbutin.
Yeah, thank you for having me. I will be playing the nefarious goblin rogue Chowder, who loves gold, adventure, and barbecued spiders over a nice fire. So can't wait to get back to this. I stream on Twitch, video games, music, and chaos on the regular. So come hang out sometime on Horn Mountain.
Awesome.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah, thank you.
Glad to be back with the crew. I love this.
Yeah, it's been a while. I'm glad we could get this back together. Thank you, everybody, for joining. And I think, without further ado, let's jump right in. So previously, all of you were hired to do a salvage operation. You had to go and retrieve a ship that was reported lost quite a while ago. You came upon it, recovered the treasure that was there, and returned it to a once wealthy merchant, Aubric. Aubric told you about his fortune and how you had recovered it, and promised to bring you into his reviving his business. He wants to initially take you all to Waterdeep, where he can turn his funds back into liquid funds and pay all of you for your time, but then also offer you a position in on his rebuilding his crew and his staff for his many merchant exploits. So, all three of you, I believe, are you've spent a couple days here getting ready as the ship has been touched up, cleaned up. You've had a couple times to see the ship, but this is the first time you're seeing it kind of in all of its glory. The crew is there. Everyone, you're down at the docks. The crew is there. Everyone is loading cargo up onto the ship. You can see Aubric kind of overseeing everything as the three of you are headed over there. Your journey begins tomorrow. You're leaving, but this is your first chance to kind of see the ship proper. Get on the ship, pick your rooms and things. So Aubric sees the three of you and he waves, calls you over. My friends, please come over.
Hello?
What was that? What was that wand I had? Was it the wand of smiles in this game?
So the wand of smiles or the wand of frowns? or it's
remember
both.
already.
Smiles last time.
Well, okay.
Yeah, it's been the Wanda Smiles the entire run
Yeah.
so far.
Yeah.
He says, "I'm so glad that you can join us on this journey." He says, "Now this ship, she is a little bit old, but we've managed to clean her up nicely." And he looks back at the ship, and behind you see this beautiful ship, this beautiful 3-mast cargo ship, but it looks a little more ornate than a typical cargo ship. And you can see along what looks to be one of the lower decks windows along the side, which is odd for a merchant cargo ship. And he says, "Please, come on board with me." And he takes you on board, and you can see a few dozen crew just getting the ship ready. People, the people clearly in charge barking orders. When Aubric comes on board, they all address him as a captain. And he begins to show you around the ship. Your ship is a typical, your typical kind of large sailing ship, about 30 to 40 people needed to fully man it, and it has a crew that is hastily, putting everything together, putting the final touches on, getting things ready. He takes you to the first lower deck, and here's where you see the difference from a typical cargo ship. There are actually rooms. Some of the trips that he has made with this ship are passenger ships, or passengers, and almost as if it's a cruise of some kind. He says, as he's walking through, he says, I hope to start this business up again soon, but for the time being, you'll have your pick of the rooms here. May I suggest the 4 rooms at the very rear? They're the largest. And it looks like a cruise ship. It's the hallways, it's kind of nicely carpeted, and these doors all have numbers on them. They're all closed, just like a hotel almost.
Reynald, if we're gonna get the 4 rooms, which one of us gets 2 rooms?
Hey, what are you guys talking about over there?
You can take 2.
Well, I couldn't help but overhear, but we could convert one into a lounge of sorts. All 4 of them in the rear there connect. You see.
Oh.
For a man who owes us a lot of money so far, you're doing pretty well for yourself on this boat. I'm very impressed. When were we getting paid exactly?
Yes, all in good time. You see, as I explained, we have to take our. I have to take my deeds and things that I had converted into loans and return to Waterdeep to the bank, convert them into liquid cash so that I can then pay you. I am. How do they say? I'm stock poor, I guess you could say. I have lots of wealth, but nothing I can spend at the moment. This crew, in fact, is working pro bono, if you will. So, I am paying very handsomely for this inconvenience, and I apologize.
Well, as long as there's food.
Yes, we have the finest cook on board.
Now we're talking.
Ralphio. Ralphio's his name.
All right. Well, I'm going to go to the front of the ship and pick a room there.
This hallway. It is right through the middle of the ship. It is this long hallway with rooms on either side, and at the front and rear, there's kind of a group of rooms that are kind of connected. The front rooms, all of them furnished, all of them slightly different. in style, but basically the same furnishings. There are just a bed, a small dresser. Your typical small hotel room, if you will.
Is there like, I mean, do they have like a jungle theme and a Feywild theme and an Underdark theme?
Albrecht says
Underdark would work.
Albrecht says, that's not a bad idea, actually. That's every room could have a theme. This is why I want to do business with the three of you. It's ideas like this. Says, well, below us is the cargo hold. We'll be transporting some cargo with us, just some basic wares to sell to the merchants in Waterdeep as well. I figure get a jump start on the merchant business again now that we'll be back in business. But we leave before dawn tomorrow, so you're welcome to stay aboard tonight or return to wherever you were staying for the night. Except please be here an hour before dawn, as that's when we will be casting off.
How long does this journey take?
Several days. It'll be, if everything goes according to plan, with the weather and all, it will take us about 6 to 7 days to reach Waterdeep. So we'll be sailing around the south.
Okay.
Very good. Well, as I said, the rooms are yours to pick. I have much to attend to. You have free reign of the boat. From this point on, consider this your home for the next week. And thank you again. If you need anything, please don't hesitate to find me. I will see you bright and early. And with that, Aubric heads off, leaving the three of you in this luxurious, empty hallway.
So what are the odds we get screwed on this deal?
We've seen how good he is at shipping money before. That's why we kind of got into the whole business last time. So I'm pretty cautious on this one, especially with this boat being a complete advertisement for gold here, gold here.
Well, I agree, but as I mentioned when we finished, the amount we've already been paid was fair for the job, and transport to Waterdeep, that never hurts. There's always work at Waterdeep.
Worth the risk.
True, and I suppose I can always collect other forms of payment.
Okay, we need the crew.
For now, yes.
We talking gambling or are we talking murder?
Well, I have some experiments I require some resources for.
Don't dip your sword in company ink.
And don't start with the cook. This guy sounds legit.
We'll find out.
Vader Kid, welcome.
Vader.
Hey, Vader Kid. Thanks for coming.
Vader.
You don't need the crew.
As you guys are discussing this in the hallway, you hear this from the south end of the ship, the rear of the ship, the stern. What's the back of a ship called? The stern, we'll call it. That sounds right.
Aft.
The aft. I don't know ship terms. The back of the ship.
It's only stern on grumpy ships.
Those are grumpy ships. The aft. Vader Kid knows. It's the aft, yeah. So in the aft of the ship, there is the stairwell down.
By the way, we had this exact same conversation last time.
I think we did too. Yeah.
None of us wrote it down.
Yeah.
I did not remember.
I'm reminded of the scene from Lethal Weapon, one of them.
Which one?
The one with the shark. Where they caught a shark on board Murtaugh's boat.
Oh,
Joe Pesci was flipping out.
Gosh, Joe Pesci was such a great addition to that.
Oh yeah, 100%.
Near the aft, of this hallway are the stairs down, the wide stairs down to the cargo hold. The top also accommodates lifting cargo up and through, but the main entrance is through the stairs.
Whatever room has the lifting of cargo through it, I don't want that bedroom.
There's actually, those rooms are a little smaller on the side there, and in the center there is a currently off and non-functioning, but quite nice looking fountain. Just kind of like a little plaza, like a little walking roundabout. It's very luxurious here. Very luxurious.
I'm looking around, it's like, where in the hell did he get this boat?
Right? What is this?
As you're looking around, you hear this gravelly voice from behind you.
Chowder?
Coming up the stairs.
Say, Chowder, I don't want to talk.
Coming up the stairs, you hear this gravelly voice. Says, "What are you doing here?"
Well, I just picked my room. Now I'm deciding whether to stay here and try the food on board, or use my last night on land for a week to engage in other activities. I do get a little seasick at times. I'm concerned about it, but I'm also not really a social type of a person.
This stocky, strong man holding this big this big hammer and some boards under his arm. He looks over at the other two of you, Chowder and Reynald, and he just says, "Is he always like this? Does he always talk like this? Is he always loud like this?" You're not loud,
No,
I guess verbose, talking a lot.
No, sometimes he's really weird.
Yeah, it's basically a mixture of those two.
Yeah, so good. Now, good sir, I've answered your question. Now, what are you doing here?
He says, "You must be Aubrich's new recruits or whatever, the business partners he keeps talking about." He shakes his head. It's like, "I'm Thorvid. I don't know much about business practices here. I don't know all of that. I'm a carpenter. I fix the ship. The ship needs holes. I patch it. The ship needs new coats of paint. I patch it. I need to replace the rug here. I fix it. I made this ship. Don't listen to Aubrich. Don't listen to all his talk. I mean, yeah, he did pay for the ship. Yeah, it is his ship, like technically, but like this is my hard labor made this ship look like this."
So you'll be doing the themed rooms when we install them?
He just, "Oh my God, you want me to do themed rooms?" It was hard enough. It was hard enough to convince him to just do everything in the same coat of paint. It's hard enough.
Well, you've done a fine job so far. Now,
Well,
tell me the truth about the food here.
Yeah.
the
We need
food,
The deep dish.
Ralphio, I mean, he's a good kid. He means well.
Okay, I'll see you tomorrow, and I'll just walk out.
Every sympathetic Yelp review starts with, "Okay, there's good-hearted people working here, but..."
He says, "Hey, look, the crew, we all got our places down in near the cargo hold, on the back of the cargo hold area. We got our setup there. It's real nice. Like that's for us. So you guys are going to be on this floor alone here. Are you going to be okay with that? Like, is everything going to be okay up here? You're not going to get scared or anything? I know people sometimes freak out on the ocean when they see outside, and they can't see land or anything. You going to be okay with that? Anyone get seasick?"
What are the odds
yes,
you get
but
attacked by
I literally
Kraken?
left. I'm gone.
Yeah, I can't speak for Iliphar. He doesn't usually do well in these situations. But yeah, I think I'll be okay. You got plenty of space here. I can definitely deal with that.
Well, just so you guys know and everything, like, if Iliphar or whatever his name is gets sick and starts to puke, keep him away from the weapons or the ballistae on the front of the ship, or like Koresh is going to lose his mind. Okay, he keeps those things spotless. Just anyone gets sick. I saw him almost throw somebody overboard. It was bad. It was bad news.
Oh dear.
All right. Well, I'll let you guys get to it.
Unreasonable response.
Koresh, he's seen some shit. He's seen things that other people haven't seen, and it's changed him. I don't know what he's seen.
Last time we were on a boat, we dealt with a kraken.
Kraken?
Yeah, we saw kraken.
Can't say I've ever seen one of those on the times I've been out with Albrecht, but I've seen some crazy stuff too. I've seen some crazy stuff on these voyages. Some of the crew has too.
How often you and Suresh having to use these pristine, clean ballista? At the north of the ship there?
Albrecht likes his adventure. He charts dangerous paths, but it's a high risk, high reward. And I mean, look at this ship. Look at this ship. Can you imagine? Can you believe this in its heyday? He just is like gesturing around. He goes up to a door frame. He just starts shaking the door. You see this craftsmanship? You see how good this craftsmanship is? This is me. I built this.
Meanwhile, Iliphar is on like a seaside a tavern and saying, yes, I'd like the steak and shrimp, please.
Full on surf and turf.
Thorvid calms himself down. He says, "Listen, I'm gonna go. You guys be careful on this trip here. I'll be around. You'll see me. It's a ship. We're gonna be in each other's faces for the next 7 days. So you guys take it easy. I'll see you soon. What
was his name? I'm sorry.
Thorvid, right?
Thorvid.
Yeah. Cool.
He heads off to go to work.
Thorvid. I'm Chowder, by the way.
Oh yeah. I know. I know all three of yous. Albrecht told me about you guys.
Good deal, and good luck with those theme rooms. We appreciate what you do.
Oh my God, here's the theme rooms. This is the theme rooms again. I got floorboards to go buff.
You got this, Thorvid.
And with that, night's approaching. You guys have your rooms. Are you staying on the ship, or are you staying on land? The first night.
What do you think, Chowder?
I think Iliphar was onto something. We got a full week ahead of this, so let's just go ahead and maybe get to that one last little party on land here.
That sounds reasonable.
All right.
We're going to have to speak with this Koresh at some point.
Yeah, true enough.
Sounds like it could be fun.
I think so too. You think we should tell Iliphar that there's like a designated specific place if you get seasick that you need to throw up, but it's definitely the ballista at the north of the ship? I think that'd be pretty funny.
Outstanding idea.
Excellent. Same page.
The next morning, how hard do all three of you party?
Hold on. I need to make a roll.
Yeah, it's a good call.
Iliphar is not a partier, but
okay.
there is a certain quest that is very difficult for him. He's a above ground drow with a 7 charisma, and so it is often very difficult for him to find a date. But he will try every time to find or buy one.
Yes.
Rolled 11. Guess it depends on how much everybody else is partying.
Yeah. How much? Roll your check of choice. Your partying check of choice. Iliphar had a charisma of 11.
Oh, go ahead.
I'll play the good wingman and use insight to see if I can find someone who may be interested.
I'm I'm gonna roll stealth to stay away from both of them.
A 25 roll is the ultimate wingman.
Dang it! I only got 11 on the stealth, so like this is I mean, I am. What's really great is that he rolled so well. He's doing great as a wingman.
Yeah,
and I don't appreciate it at all. Like I'm thoroughly annoyed at this.
And I'm doing sleight of hand to make Iliphar look better in the moment somehow.
Okay.
like fixing his,
Put like an ace up my sleeve.
No, just handing you a drink for like your future date. As soon as you're about to fumble everything, you're like, give her a drink. I am a tiny wingman offering props for your courting. And I rolled a 21.
21.
Surrounded by like 6 women.
You'll have convinced everybody that I'm actually Drit Stewart.
Yeah. You're the most popular people.
Go for it.
You guys have a blast that night, and as a result of that,
we missed the boat.
You're a little late.
That's incredible.
Aubric, the crew is waiting for you as you show up.
Oh dang!
And they're
really.
Aubric's smiling and he just kind of shakes his head. But you can see who seems to be the first mate, who seems a little more stern, just kind of shoulders crossed, shaking their head. Aubric introduces all of you. Our three new team members have arrived, and there's a kind of a mild applause as you're all standing there, kind of hungover. It's still dark.
We're like no. It's no, please no.
It's still dark out, but that's when you as soon as you're on board, they lift up the plank and the bell's away, and you ship off.
What was the cook's name? Is it Ralphio?
Ralphio. Yes.
Yeah, Ralphio. Coffee.
Coffee. Aubric, everyone has dispersed to do their jobs on the ship. Aubric, he says, "Well, you must be exhausted. Some coffee must be in order. I think. I think I heard someone say that. Let me show you to Ralphio." He takes you downstairs, down the front staircase of the ship, to the second floor with the rooms, and then down again. And in the front of the ship is a small galley. I think they're called galleys, right? That's where you eat.
Yep.
Kid will tell us in about 30 seconds.
Yeah. So there you see Ralphio, who is wearing this bandana and just furiously chopping, he's got a huge knife and he's just chopping something in the kitchen. And Aubric kind of he opens the door and leads you in, and you can see this happening across, and Aubric is saying, Ralphio, and he's just Ralphio stops. He looks back over, and he says, "Yeah, what?" As Aubric says, "I'd like to introduce you to our 3 guests that we'll be having for our adventure here. I believe some of them had seemed to express some dietary requirements." He looks over at Iliphar. Iliphar, did you have any requests for the chef?
Yes. John Ralphio, my headache is the worst. Just completely stole that from Vader Kid right now, but
oh, that's so good.
Ralphio, dietary restrictions. Don't put anything in coffee. Just give me coffee.
Ralphio makes some coffee. he doesn't say much.
Ralphio is my favorite.
He just kind of looks grumpy the entire time that he's making you coffee.
Nice.
And he gives just like, he didn't even ask the other of you if you wanted. He just puts 3 cups of coffee there, and then he just goes back to violently chopping something
I'll
on
say,
his cutting board.
Thank you. They also would like coffee.
Ralphio, is it? Do you know how to prepare arachnid?
I love a good spider.
Ralphio stops like kind of mid chop, and he looks up without looking, and he says, "What'd you say?"
Arachnid.
Cheers.
You know,
He turns around, and Albrecht is like, "Whoa, okay, I think we better go. We have lots to see. Ralphio, thank you very much." And Albrecht kind of escorts you out the door. And as he's doing that, he says, "Ralphio had a little run-in with some giant spiders on one of our adventures. He's never been the same."
All right, well, we'll talk later.
You just hear the chopping continue.
Remind me.
I got some
to do
good
my prayers
arachnid
before I
recipes if you need them, Ralphio. But appreciate you for the coffee. Thank you.
Albrecht takes you down into back through the cargo hold, and he shows you, kind of off the galley on the third lowest deck. Off the galley, you see a mostly empty cargo hold. There's some crates over on the side, the ones Albrecht told you about, but mostly empty. It's about 1/8 full. And he takes you through, kind of explaining, like, this is the cargo hold. As you can see, we don't have much right now, but I intend to change that once we arrive and begin to set up operations proper.
Was no one who needed to ship anything to Waterdeep? They were going anyways?
Not at the moment, and at least not for the places that we'd be able to sell it. You see, I haven't been a merchant for a while. I simply brought some things to get us started, but I'll need to get my merchant license back before we can do anything. So I thought it best not to have a whole lot of stock and inventory to get rid of without actually having the license and paperwork yet official.
So we can technically refer to this as contraband, and the less the better. I see what you're saying.
Why is Chowder saying that? Look, we have 3 jobs in our agreement. We have an assassin. We have a thief. We have Reynald.
Well put.
And I do appreciate that we want to stay above board when possible, but sometimes that's not possible. And,
Very true.
If next time licensing is what's standing in your way, we have resources.
If you need more things to ship, they might just fall off another ship, if you know what I mean. So we got you covered there.
I wasn't saying that. I was just saying you have
I'm saying
connections.
that. I'm saying that.
We can find connections where we are, and we can find connections in Waterdeep to move merchandise that doesn't need a license.
Albrecht.
We are to be business partners after all.
Right.
Albrecht laughs a bit. He says, "Oh, well, I will tell you, my piracy days are long behind me, but I did partake in a bit of the old high seas plunder, if you will. We'll have to talk of this once we arrive and set up operations."
I think we might get along nicely, Albrecht.
Continuing through the cargo hold, it's just one big hold here. So it's in the middle of the ship, one big empty hold on the 3rd lower deck. The front is the galley and some of the the captains or the first mates and the higher ranking officers' rooms. In the back is the rest of the crew, and he takes you back there, and you can see that it is bunks and hammocks. They've got areas where like a common area. It's a crew area, but it's still relatively nice, and that's been a theme through this whole ship. It's just nice. It's got fresh paint. It's well, like, the wood looks all well taken care of. The craftsmanship, to Thorvid's credit, the craftsmanship is spectacular. Through this journey, there are two people that Albrecht says there's two people that unfortunately you haven't met yet. They are both still asleep. We have Peregrine, our navigator. He is asleep in his quarters. He has worked tirelessly through the night to plot our course and give it to our first mate, Brummett, who is at the helm. I don't think I introduced you to him, but he was there when you arrived. And then Koresh. It's best you just kind of stay out of his way. He's the weapons master, and the master gunner for our ship and the protector of our ship. But he could be a little harsh. And that's our ship. This will be our flagship, if you will, for our business. So I'm happy to have you on board and experience the cruise, if you will. He says,
Thank you.
Chowder, thank
We're supposed to be upstanding now. Businessman.
Yeah, I know. It's hard for me to wrap my head around that.
Businessman. Pillar of the community.
He says, please make yourself at home. Feel free to wander about the ship and converse with anyone you may wish to. We're going to be here for a while, so I will be seeing you around. He goes back to his back to the kind of where the first mate is to steer the ship.
And I'm sorry. Did he say who the first mate is?
Brummett is what he said. He said he was the stern-looking fellow who had his arms crossed and was just shaking his head when you guys arrived late.
And Peregrine is the navigator.
Peregrine's the navigator who's asleep right now.
Yeah, coursing the whole trip.
That's
all right.
No, we don't need to go in the right direction when we first start.
He stayed up through the night to plot the course.
I know he says that, but did anybody witness that?
And the winds have changed.
But you're on your way. If there's anything you want to do throughout the day or any of these people you want to talk to, they're all kind of busy doing their thing. They will gladly accept any kind of help if you want to give it or not. If you just want to relax and kick back and enjoy the cruise, that's up to you too. What are you doing on your first day?
Maybe try and find a few people to coax into playing dice set or playing cards, even though they're all like students.
You're like going up to like the oarman, and it's like the hee-ho. No, seriously, just roll the. No, look, when you go forward, just roll,
and then back.
And then when you go forward again, you can pick it up.
This guy over here is heaving twice as hard as you. Just roll when he heaves.
Why don't you give me what kind of roll would that be? Do you have like a gaming roll? There's no such thing, is there?
No, like I have performance, I guess, but of course, depending on how I actually play, I have deception and getting sleight of hand. So.
Yeah. So if you want, I'm going to say this: it'll just be a straight up D20 versus my D20
Okay.
to see if you win this dice. If you want to use deception, it'll be your deception versus D20. Versus my D20, but if they catch you, there's going to be consequences.
Gotcha.
So that's
Don't dip
you can
your sword in company ink.
Yes, you're right.
I'm going to leave that to you, and the score to beat is a 6.
All right. Let's try this. I rolled a 7.
A 7.
One of the worst dice players ever.
Oh, that's amazing. And I took the risk on deception with the -1, so that could have backfired very poorly.
Other people who weren't playing saw that, and they're just like, "Can you believe that?" But no, like no consequences. You totally won.
I was like, this is not Iliphar's style. And I looked at my character sheet, and I have a 3-dragon anti-set.
Now we're talking.
You won. You won 10 gold.
Nice.
Off
What
that.
the crap did we pay?
Wow.
These guys have they're doing this job for free. They have 10 gold?
That was a day's worth of gambling with multiple people. This was
yeah.
not a single roll for 10 gold. This was not a high roll. This was Chowder and the crew playing some dice for a few hours.
Now we're talking.
And that's Chowder came out up with 10 gold.
Good day one.
So Iliphar's second best stat, and I did not roll well with Iliphar, but I have 2 decent stats. Well, one good and one decent, but my decent stat is wisdom. And so I think that, despite having, no social skills whatsoever and needing 2 wingmen rolling in the high 20s to get me a date, I think that he's thinking is like, okay, I have 7 days here. I can get everybody mad at me by, doing a very unfair card game with them. I can sit alone in my room, or just on the off chance that this deal is going to go through and we're like going to be like merchants now, why don't I learn something about this thing? And so he's going to be like very attracted to like anything dealing with the ropes, or if there's like a crow's nest, like anything that's going to help him like continue his monkish training, like with a lot of climbing, a lot of moving, while like learning the lay of the land or the sea.
Okay, why don't you give me
case may be.
why don't you give me a strength check?
Strength is not the stat I wanted.
Well, you said you were like, okay, you said you were like the ropes and stuff. I pictured that. So what you want to do more like?
I'm thinking like acrobatics.
Understand? Yeah. Okay. So dexterity then.
Right. Yes. Yeah. My strength is 7.
If you want to do it in acrobatics, even to be like,
Okay.
Cool. Working the sails.
Working the sales. All right. I rolled a nat 1, so that's a 7.
All right. You're not good at it.
In fact, let me go ahead and roll a con save,
What?
just in case I puke.
What does it look?
Oh,
So, and I picture like you're good at acrobatics, right? This was a fluke kind of thing. You rolled a 1, so
No,
like
it's a +6 on acrobatics. So this is
A 7.
out of character. Yeah. So
yeah.
I got
so
a total
I think
of 7.
I think what it does is like you're actually like really acrobatic and fantastic on the ropes. It's impressive, and Brummett, the first mate who is kind of training you through this, he sees that, he sees you doing all of this, and he says, like that's really great, but absolutely useless for working a ship. It just is not.
Pull this rope.
It just is not. You're not doing anything to help work this ship at all. So yeah, you're gonna need some training.
Okay. What do I have?
Morale has never been higher, though.
What do I have to roll to not puke? What's
Yeah,
my
right.
save?
We'll get there.
Oh, okay. All right. I'm not there yet. All right.
We have Reynald. What did you spend your first day doing?
Well, is there a ship's doctor?
Ship's
Or is it the
doctor.
carpenter?
Yeah, that's pretty much the carpenter.
It's the doctor of the actual ship.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The doctor of the ship.
If somebody breaks a leg, then he can splint it, and that's all he can do.
Right.
Shocking how often
and he
those are the
splints
same
it
people.
not with bandages, but like with just more wood. Just like
That's
he
amazing.
completely encases the leg in wood.
Yeah. No, some
Well,
some
really
of
the
the
same tools.
there's no formal doctor, but some of the more seasoned sailors have medical training. You know,
Oh, crap.
they
He's
have
gonna set up a
battlefield
shop.
training, battlefield medic training.
Well, I'm gonna wander down to the carpenter and chat him up.
Thorvid is down in a corner of the cargo hold, and he's kind of have a makeshift shop up there where he's doing some carving. Right now, he's carving some what looks like kind of an ornate, an ornate doorknob of some sorts.
Carving, huh? Nice work.
Yeah. You know, I've been always got a passion for woodworking, and you know, working for Albrick it's let me explore that. It kind of just gives me free reign over the style of this kind of thing looks like.
Nice. So I assume you handle much of the traumatic medical needs on board?
Oh, you mean like if someone's got to get a leg cut off or something?
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, I suppose, but I haven't. I mean, I suppose that I would do that. Luckily I haven't ever had to. You know, it's not.
Oh, really?
His collection of peg legs that he's made.
But yeah, I do have a very sizable peg leg collection. If you'd like to see that.
Here's my just in case collection.
Well, it's best to be prepared. I like to talk shop with you, but obviously you don't have much experience. So should you need any assistance on this journey, let me know.
Will do. I think it's, you know, now that you've brought it up, it's kind of a scary thought to think that we haven't had a proper medic on this ship in such a long time. Why don't you roll me a persuasion check?
It's not our skill.
11
I think that's
with
the
a
highest.
plus 6.
Actually,
guys-
okay, so
You guys are on fire today.
Yeah, throwing rocks
for
tonight.
all useful rolls, that is the highest roll we've got. The only time we've gotten higher rolls is trying to get laid,
Try to get laid.
which I think everybody's fine with.
Yeah. No regrets. No regrets.
You convince Thorvid, but you think he's probably not the best the best person to spread the word about your doctoring skills at the moment with a role like that. So that's day one of all of you on this journey. It was a beautiful day. It was beautiful out. You watched the coast kind of fade away, shrink away into the horizon. I'm going to need everyone to make Constitution saving throws now, because now you're out on the sea.
13 for me. Did it come through?
13.
I
Yep.
rolled a 1.
Oh, 1.
Iliphar.
7. Reynald and Iliphar. Reynald rolled a 7. Iliphar rolled a 1.
Okay, so with a 1, I'm thinking he leans over the side, but there's such a force of vomiting that it actually throws him off the other side of the ship.
Like a fire hose.
Both of you, Reynald and Iliphar, are sick to your stomach after the meal. The meal is a pasta? a big question mark there. It looks like pasta, kind of tastes like pasta, but something's not right. it's like almost like airplane food, like where it's like, yeah, it like looks like it should taste fine, and then you taste it and it's like, yeah, it is that thing, but something's not right here. That's what this food's like.
We're like, how did it get freezer burn?
Yeah, like what
This
even
a
is freezer
coastal
burn?
town.
And what even is freezer burn?
Now look. I mean, I come from Minzo Branson, which is way up north. I know what freezer burn is. We're
Frostbite.
a long way from that. Yeah.
Reynald, Iliphar, that evening you get it horribly sick, and you spend most of the evening and night up top deck, puking over the side and just trying not to get sick. Chowder, you're sleeping pretty in your room. Everything's fine.
A big giant bed compared to my size, I'm sure. So this is lovely.
And that night, while the two of you are up puking and just having a horrible time, and Chowder, you're settling into bed, drifting off to sleep, and then you're awoken by a knocking at your door.
Okay, I have to do one thing.
Yes.
Are we are we puking at the same time, or are we like taking shifts?
That's up to you guys. How often do you guys puke?
I assume we're puking in like rhythmic, harmonic, you know.
A true
You puke, I
hebo.
puke. We both puke together.
Okay. I'm going to think about this, but I'm not going to do it because Reynald scares me.
What do you
But
mean?
as he's puking, I'm going to put my hand on the wand of smiles. And then I'm going to put it up.
Oh, man.
Oh, that's so good.
You're puking to the rhythm of the night.
Techno music play.
You can do the rhythm of the night.
Chowder,
Yeah.
you wake up to a knock at your door.
Yeah, I do. And I am going to go ahead and climb out of my cozy bed full of my entire portion of mystery pasta and the leftovers that Iliphar and Reynald did not eat. I'm feeling like an absolute king, and I am ready to meet anyone on the other side of that door.
You have like the little plastic containers of 300-man dinners. Like
All three trays are
All
on
three
my
trays.
table, and they are lit clean. And I open the door, and I'm like, yeah, hello?
Standing there is a short. Well, he's he's not short to you. He's about your height,
Sure.
maybe a little taller actually. For you, balding man. He's holding a hat. He's dressed formally, like wearing a rather nice suit and a little bowler hat that he has in his hand. And when you open the door and he sees you, he steps back a little bit. Oh my! He says, "Oh, I'm sorry. I think I must have the wrong room. I do apologize for it being so late. This is quite awkward." And he's very nervous.
Sure. It's no big issue, really. I just called dibs on this room yesterday, so it's not like anyone probably wrote that on a registration form or anything. Yeah, I mean...
Meanwhile, Chowder carved his name into
It says Chowder.
Yeah. I'm looking over my shoulder. I'm like, yeah, just so this doesn't happen again, by the way.
and then flashed back a few hours ago where the carpenter came through like Karen. Son of a bitch.
Why did you do this? I was like, yeah, that explains this. You probably thought this was the Chowder themed room. We don't have theme rooms yet. We're working on that. But my name is Chowder. I completely understand the mistake. I carved my name crudely into this door not 7 hours ago. And I'm really sleeping off a good meal and getting yelled at by Thorvid for messing up his door. But what's your name, friend? We're on the same ship. We may as well get to know each other.
He says, got a block. There we go. Boom.
Oh. Wait, but I want to buy followers.
I don't know how to do this from here. Did it work?
Bookmark this link before you block them.
I'll jump into mod view.
All right. I think it
Give me a
worked.
sec. You go ahead. I got.
Okay. It's right on the edge of my screen. Let's try. So it is.
Nice.
He says, yes, I completely understand. I do apologize. My name is Jacob. I'll leave you to it. It's rather late. I do apologize again. He starts backing away, and he bows a little bit and puts his hat on and starts to scurry on down the hallway towards the stairs up to the top deck.
I guess yeah. Good night, Jacob. That was. I guess I'll see you tomorrow, buddy.
He goes up the stairs and out of sight. You close the door and drift off back to sleep. Reynald and Iliphar, how are you guys doing? How's the puking going? Why don't both of you roll me another Constitution save?
Oh my gosh. Do we have the overlay?
No, I couldn't get it to work.
21
right, so
for me.
Just for people.
Okay.
Iliphar only has 2 plus modifiers. The rest are negatives or zeros. Thankfully, Khan is a 0.
Man,
19 this time.
19. Okay, so the both of you recover.
I recover immediately. I'm the worst sick ever, and then 3 seconds later, it's gone.
You're feeling better. You're definitely feeling better, and you start heading down the stairs. And Chowder, this is just moments after you're kind of like you watched Jacob run up the stairs, and then you're coming to close the door when you hear footsteps down the stairs, and you open it back up, and you see coming down the stairs. Iliphar and Reynald looking a little green, but a little better.
Wow, you're looking rough. Was it the ocean or the pasta?
Wanda smiles.
Oh no! I try and slam the door that says Chowder on, but I don't do it fast enough.
The second I pull, you're like, oh goodness.
I'm like,
Well,
oh god!
Let's see. It's
I'll never
a
sleep.
DC
I'll never
10
sleep.
charisma saving throw for that
go
one,
for it.
and let's see if you get that door shut or not.
Oh good, I have -3 on charisma.
This is why this is such an effective weapon against our team.
I'm a charmer. I rolled a 6. You got me.
A 6? Yeah, you didn't close it in time, and you gotta you mark a charge off there. Iliphar and Chowder, you've got
You hit me with this every
smile.
single time. Mission accomplished.
After that little fiasco, anything else to say before you guys head to bed to sleep?
I'll tell Reynald and Iliphar through a menacingly psychotic smile. I met
guys.
someone new tonight. Their name's Jacob. They're very nervous and easily flustered, and they thought this was their room, even though it says Chowder right here. I told them we weren't doing themes yet, and yeah, that's basically it. I did not glean any single information from him except his name and that he's very apologetic.
From your smile, it seems to have gone well.
No, this is not related to any of the events that I was referring to at all. I'm just telling you a very
I love
routine
how
story.
I love how you're trying to tell us about the wand of smiles. Like we know why you're smiling. Like no, you don't understand. You got me with the wand of smiles.
This is a coincidence from what you just cast as a spell, as a mean prank. Actually, this is not related to meeting Jacob.
I'm glad you're enjoying the trip.
Damn you two! I will never let you live this down.
You all
I go to bed
retreat
very happy, I guess.
to your room, and after just a few hours, Iliphar, there's a knock at your door.
Oh, dang, I heard that knock. That's awesome.
It wakes you
That
up.
was cool.
You're sitting in this dark room. You can hear the ocean outside.
All right. just Wanda smiles.
You get that door?
Yeah, it
I
wakes
also
up
can't
Reynald
swim.
now. The knocking.
Okay. All right.
and-
I will answer the door.
Chowder, you heard the knocking as well. Kind of you're stirring as well from the knocking that's going on. You open the door, Iliphar, and standing there is a short, kind of balding man who looks very nervous, finely dressed. He has a bowler hat in his hand, and he sees you, looks up, and kind of startled, steps back. Oh my! I do apologize. I must have the wrong room. I'm very, very sorry. It's so very late. I'm so sorry. I'm sorry. He begins to step away and bow.
Jacob?
He looks a little shocked. How did you know?
You woke up one of my friends earlier. Jacob?
Yes.
Who? What is your role on this ship?
I don't understand what you mean. I'm traveling to Waterdeep. But what?
Oh, okay. You're a passenger. Very good. What room are you looking for?
I don't recall. It seems that's why I ended up knocking on your room. I do apologize. I must be going. I'm very sorry. He starts backing away, bowing and walking down the hall, putting his hat on. Very big apologies for being disturbing you at such an hour. He starts walking towards the stairs up.
I'm going to follow him.
All right.
Because there's no passengers on this ship, right?
None that Aubric, in fact, said there were no passengers.
We certainly didn't see any day one, yeah.
You head down
Or
the
even
hallway
when we were
after
getting-
him, and he continues to walk and up the stairs, and you lose sight of him for a moment. And as you head up the stairs to the top deck, you see that it's mostly empty, save for a few of the crew that's kind of hanging out. You know, there's a few people up here. One's guiding the ship, a couple people just hanging around. It's just quiet, and you don't see any sign of Jacob.
Anybody I know, like I've met amongst the crew?
Let's see who would be up. Yeah, you see Brummett, the first mate. He's actually piloting the ship at the moment.
Okay. I'm going to go over to Brummett. And,
He's steering the ship.
so... We don't have any other passengers.
None that I know about.
I'm wondering if we have a stowaway. We, two of us saw a very small man with a bowler hat, and he was knocking on doors in the passenger level, and he woke both me and Chowder up. And he said he was a passenger here, and he came up here. But I lost sight of him.
Continuing to stare ahead into the darkness and keep the ship steering, he just says, "Not possible. Checked the ship myself. No stowaways. No stowaways, no passengers except for you three. If I know him,
This doesn't. My description does not ring a bell.
this is all we got on this ship. Are sailors and you three.
What kind of mushrooms that they use in dinner?
So that could be some the sea crazies. I heard
Crazies.
landlubbers get that sometimes. You don't have your sea legs yet. Weren't you puking all night?
Most of it, yes.
Yeah, you probably just hallucinated this character. What'd you say his name was?
I didn't, but his name is Jacob.
Jacob. Yeah, you probably just hallucinated him. Probably should get some sleep. He kind of gestures to the darkness up ahead. I think there's a storm coming in.
Storm's coming. Good night.
Have a good night. Are you waking anyone else up as you head back?
And I know DM said that everybody else heard it, but did anybody else come outside? Otherwise, I'd assume y'all are asleep.
Yeah, I think I probably just heard a noise and went back to sleep with a big smile.
Would have poked my head out.
It only lasts a minute. Well, actually, you were smiling because like I made a friend.
Exactly. Can't wait to see what Jacob's up to tomorrow.
Yeah.
Reynald, you said you poked your head out?
Yep. So what was that about?
Jacob visited me. Said he was a passenger here. Went up. I followed him up top, up on deck, on the thingy upstairs. Reynald, we got to learn these like nautical terms. This is shameful. We're on a ship. Brummett says, no stowaways, no other passengers. This was. He says it was the sea crazies. See, because I see crazy stuff. That's where that term comes from.
That's how it. Yeah.
Interesting. It's not something I've heard of before.
Well, I'm going to bed. I think it unlikely that two of us imagine the same thing.
Does seem a bit odd, doesn't it?
The rest of the
Well,
night.
maybe he'll be visiting me at some point.
The rest of the night is uneventful. And you wake up. You wake up in the morning, and it's not as calm as it was your first day. And Brummett was, in fact, correct in that there was a storm coming in. It's not a full-blown storm yet, but there's some rough weather.
Calm seas. I rolled a 1. We're so in trouble.
It's some rough weather. And as you wake up, you can kind of see that there's, the hatches to the top decks are closed to keep some of the rain out. But you very quickly find that like everyone's kind of gearing up for a pretty hefty storm. They're not 100% sure, but they think it's gonna be some rough seas for a little bit up ahead. And I think we'll take a break here for like 5 minutes or so before we continue on this journey. We'll be right back. Just give us a couple minutes, and we'll continue on this journey. And we're back. Hello, everybody. Welcome back. When we last left off, moments ago, there was a storm brewing. All three of you had woken up. The ship has been swaying a bit. We're going to need to take Constitution saving throws again. However, if you have failed the previous Constitution roll, you have disadvantage on this one.
Ooh. I thought that was part of getting your sea legs. It's vomiting.
Let's see how Chowder holds up. 18.
18. Chowder's doing great.
Yeah. It helps when you have shorter sea legs.
16 and 4.
16 and 4. So both Iliphar and Reynald, you are both you're both sick again through the storm. You thought you were better last night, but it came raging back. You will have the poisoned status for the remainder of the day, where you'll have disadvantage on attacks and ability checks. And just in time, too, because there's a storm rolling in, and the crew is frantically trying to get things ready for what inevitably will be a rough storm. Is there anything in particular the three of you wanted to do to either help or, secure your own belongings before the storm hits?
Yeah, I kind of think what little I've brought, I do secure in my Chowder theme room and make sure it's going to be safe throughout, so I can smile, wand or not, each night on this journey, knowing that it's stowed away nicely. So yeah, I think I'm going to reinforce that while I'm not sick, and possibly ask my sick friends in the meantime if they heard a weird knock last night, because I did not acknowledge it and went right back to sleep afterwards. So I wanted to know if anything happened from that.
I do have a question. From our last adventure, we have several vials of antitoxin.
Oh,
would that help us with our
Your sickness?
sickness?
I totally would.
Okay.
good call.
Yeah.
All right, I'm gonna take one of those.
Take one of those, and it erases your poison status. You now no longer have disadvantage.
And we each have two of those.
Same for you.
How about a medicine roll?
A medicine roll,
Granted-
yes, that would work too. A medicine roll to cure it.
I was going to say that we have 7 days ahead of us, and we've only done two of those, and I'm already halfway through my antitoxins. I
Yeah.
should have gotten more.
A medicine check, 21. All right, yeah. So you managed to whip something up, Reynald, to heal yourself of your sickness. And
Yeah. Otherwise, I'm like, it probably doesn't occur to me that I should do something with my bag. I don't have a lot of stuff in the bag, anyways.
as you're securing things and getting ready, it's almost sudden that the storm hits. The ship begins to lurch upwards and then back pointed down. You're having trouble keeping your footing, and the rain is just starting to come down in sheets. It's miserable. And as this storm is raging, and the three of you are kind of holding on and bracing for this, I doubt any of the three of you have been out to sea too much before this. There is suddenly shouts of assistance needed. Where is it? Koresh begins barking orders to assist Brummett, who's trying to pilot the ship, and Koresh is kind of getting all the crew moving as they're pulling ropes down. Some of the ropes need to be secured, so it looks like if it's someone strong could go and grab those ropes, that could help out. The climbing.
Our entire party looks around. When you see someone strong, we're like, oh no.
Nope.
The next person we need is someone charismatic.
Like, oh no!
I'm actually, I got charisma covered.
Oh heck yeah!
What do you have? I thought you
18.
Really?
Yeah.
I have a five for charisma with -3 out of 5.
Well, this is how we're going to do the storm.
Okay.
It's going to be a skill challenge. Threshbune, I don't know if you've done a skill challenge with us before? We've done them on Dice and Dreary.
In this group, no, I've heard it on Dice and Dreary, and also Jen has opted to put that in our Strahd campaign, so we've done that plenty of times, and I
Awesome.
cherish it. So yeah, I'm familiar.
Yeah, so that's what we're going to do to keep this ship going. You're going to need 4 successes before 3 failures. It's a DC 13, and the ship it's a raging storm. So we just need we'll start with Iliphar, since you're to my right, of just like pulling your skills, making a skill check, trying to beat a 13, and trying to secure the ship and get through this storm.
All right, yeah, I'm immediately when they're like, need somebody strong over there, and we'd all just stand there, and then someone up those ropes, and I'm like, oh, that's me, and so I'm going to use my acrobatics to like scurry up and reattach some thingy to a thing, and like do like a little sailor knot on it that sailors know. And like slide down, like I'm gonna jump on the sail like with my dagger and like stab it and like ride it. I'm not gonna do that part.
Don't do that.
Like that. 19. All right.
19.
Start
Yes.
off with a bang.
And you climb up. Brummett sees you do this actually, as he's struggling to pilot the ship. He sees you, and he kind of thinks to himself like, it was useful after all.
I do the exact same moves. Exactly. Like I want him to see that.
But yeah, that's 1 success. Up next, we'll go clockwise around. Reynald. The ship is tossing and turning.
So you had mentioned start off with a bang. And funny thing is, at one point there was a loud bang. And a belaying pin snapped and was whipping around, smacked into one of the crew.
Oh, dang.
Hurt him pretty bad, but I was able to rush over with my medicine skill to lend some aid with an 11.
An 11 is a failure. He's hit so badly that he's like out of commission. He has to be brought back below deck. He's not mortally wounded. He's gonna survive, but like he's hit pretty hard in the head. He can't see straight. He's got to rest for a while. So they bring him down below deck, and 1 success, 1 failure. Chowder.
All right. I think Chowder's gonna use his fight or flight senses to see exactly what needs to be addressed next, as far as the ship's damage and otherwise. Could I use my investigation check to investigate what would be the biggest threat that needs dealing with and deal with that?
Yeah.
All right, cool. And I investigate with a 24.
24 is good, and you see that some of the ropes that Iliphar has fastened up top and secured up top have come loose below, and you are able to identify that's where they are and get over there, tie them down quickly enough that it doesn't cause an issue.
Excellent.
2 successes, 1 failure, and we're back around to Iliphar. But before you go, Iliphar, Albric emerges from below deck in full-on captain gear. Like he is the stereotypical like sea captain, pirate captain. He's got the coattails and everything, and he just takes charge. He starts barking orders. He runs up the stairs through the rain and takes the wheel from the first mate and just begins piloting this ship. And things start to get a little better, a little easier as
a carrot on his shoulder.
Yeah, as he takes charge, and it becomes immediately apparent that he is he is a seasoned, experienced sailor. Like he is in his wheelhouse right now. Iliphar, your move.
All right. I think like when I'm reattaching things up at the top. Tell me if this would work. If I I use my perception to look out into the distance, and I'm seeing that we're running pretty close to some unexpected rocks and stuff. And so I can yell out and like, "Are ye mateys? There's a bunch of rocks off the port." And and if I fail the roll, then it should have been starboard, but I got confused.
Yeah, I like that.
I love that contingency.
And it is dark, right?
Yeah.
It is. Yeah. I mean, it's daytime, but it's like storming, you know?
Okay. Well, I guess I should have asked this. It's dark enough that as a drow, I don't have disadvantage on perception.
Yes. Cloudy, overcast.
I would change what I'm going to roll.
Off that first day, you were concerned because it was bright and sunny and beautiful, but it is now very comfortable light-wise for drow. I don't know about the rain and seasickness. That might not be comfortable.
All right, 16. If I had rolled with disadvantage, it would have been a 10, so I'm glad I didn't.
16. Excellent. That is another success. 3 successes. Game point to Reynald.
All right. So, the storm's been going on for a while. Morale's getting a little low. I can tell people are a little fed up with the rain and the wind. So I'm going to use performance to give them a rousing speech.
Yes.
All right.
Yes.
A
With
24.
Nat 20.
That's nice.
So what is included in your nat 20 rousing speech? Because it
I hadn't
works.
thought that far ahead.
It
You need
is
to. You winged it so well.
amazingly successful.
Friends, Romans, countrymen, lend me your ears. I haven't thought this far ahead. Good work.
I'll start reciting a poem. Let us down to the sea again, in the lonely sea in the sky. And all I ask is a tall ship and a star to steer her by.
Nice.
It works amazingly well.
And Chowder goes, nice.
Nice.
Hey, Reynald, nice.
It works amazingly well. The crew is able to weather this storm, batten down the hatches. That's what you do, right? You batten them down. Don't know what these hatches are and what
Vader
battening.
Vader Kid hasn't told us we're wrong in like 30 minutes.
I know.
Doing
So
great,
we're
guys.
doing great. We're doing
He
great.
probably had to leave.
All the hatches are battened.
How do they get so unbattened so easily?
It's-
know.
They should
just like make some kind of like childproof lock on those battens.
Come on.
just make
Come on, hatch.
make the hatches pre-battened. You know, just make them
Yes.
battened.
No, you have to put one of those twist tops on it that you have to push down
Yeah.
and twist at the same time to unbatten it.
Give me 1 second. Hey, Steery, write down double reinforced hatches.
Double reinforced.
Vader
$1
Kid
billion
says
idea.
y'all are doing fine.
Awesome. Yeah, we did it. So, the storm begins to subside after several hours, but not without it being miserable. You are all freezing cold. You're wet. Everything is wet. Your stuff that you managed to protect is all dry, you know, the cabin rooms are relatively dry. Near the entrances, there are some water that's dripping, and Thorvid and some crew are cleaning that up. But you're below deck, and it's warmer. Trying to warm up as sundown happens and the storm subsides into the background. What are you guys doing for the evening? You've had your meal.
Okay.
It was This one was like mystery meat. I want to say like a meatloaf, but like just.
Ralphio, how do you do it? That's the mystery to me. This is incredible.
All of this is giving me flashbacks to high school.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
It's like, what is the food today? It's a mystery.
It's a mystery meat.
We don't know.
with some milk to go with it, with lots of vitamin R.
Powdered milk, delicious.
Delicious. Yeah, it's the same thing. It's off, but it's not bad. It's not good. It's just off. And
Chowder loves it.
Chowder just going to town with it.
This is amazing.
Your medicine is going to help you through the night, all of you. Or actually, Chowder, you didn't take any medicine, did you? So
No, I don't need it.
Oh, you
Yeah.
got to roll.
I would need you, Chowder, to make a Constitution saving throw.
Oh, I thought I already did. Oh, I saved
Like
it
with all the
earlier.
vomiting, like I'm losing serious amounts of weight, and so I do need to eat this food.
A 12 is just missing it. And Chowder,
know.
you are sick
What?
for this evening. The storm's subsiding in the background, but you're spending your evening after lunch puking off the side. And yes.
Wanda smiles.
What?
Oh, come on. I feel awful. This would only make it way worse.
Give me your what is it again? Constitution?
I believe it is, yeah.
I thought it was charisma, wasn't it?
Charisma. DC
Oh,
10.
charisma. Yeah, I was about to say, I
Yeah.
rolled a 16 for Constitution. Let's see how charisma
DC
goes.
10.
11.
Yeah, you did it.
Oh, yeah.
Hey.
It's a 10. You beat it. How many charges have you used of that so far?
Well, it recharges
Every night, yeah.
every
Yeah.
night. Let me see how much is. I've only been doing one charge a day. Where does it say recharge?
Doesn't it have like 3 charges?
it
all
regains
charges.
all charges at dawn.
Yeah.
And if I expend all 3, then it has a chance of becoming a wand of scowls.
Yes.
right.
But I have not done that. So like, and I did note it was at dawn because I did use it in the middle of the night last night, and so it recharged that. So I've only used one.
Only
today.
one. Okay. Reynald, Iliphar, your medicine has kept you well for the evening. After your dinner, it's still kind of raining a little bit up top. It's still very cold, just everywhere. You know, things are damp and you're cold. What did the two of you do between dinner and turning in for that night?
I just like look at damp, cold, and dark. This is like home. So like I'm gonna do some like what is it, fairy fire around like the mast and like it just like this, yeah, it feels like I've never left.
Feels like home. Yeah, you're right at home. Reynald, what about you?
I think I'm going to spend the quiet evening in my room.
Okay.
Still not feeling great.
Yeah, and out your little porthole window, you can see that though the storm is over, the sea still just looks angry. At night it's just this inky black kind of churning sea as you are all floating through.
Felt like you were about to channel George Costanza there. The sea was angry that day, my friend.
The sea was angry. Sea was angry. Iliphar, you're above deck in this dank, cold, dark, just kind of loving it. You know, taking a stroll around top deck. There's not many people out. Really, the only people out are the ones that have to be to keep the ship running. And as you're kind of making your I guess dank is the wrong word. Dank is more like underground, just wet. But as you're you at some point through the night you head downstairs into the second deck, your rooms, where your rooms are, and you see at the far end a young girl who just seems to be wandering the halls and kind of coming to each door and kind of looking down on the ground and like trying to peek through the crack between the floor and the door, and then moving around. Seems to be looking for something. Just a little child. Middle of the night.
I'm sorry. Who is this?
You, Iliphar.
Okay, that's whenever I was silent, I was thinking that might be me because I thought you were talking to Chowder.
No. Chowder is puking up deck.
I'm sorry.
I'm a little busy.
Reynald
I'm puking.
has gone to sleep, and you were having your drow party up on the top deck, and at some point you walked down.
Oh yeah. And I was singing drow songs that everybody hates.
Yeah. It was not.
It is an acquired taste. And I will see that, and okay, now I'm seeing crazy. This is what they warned me about. But I took the medicine, though. Hold on. I'm gonna go back up on deck and see if somebody I know that is there. Like,
You see
Don't
Chowder.
understand.
Chowder is
That's
in between vomiting.
look, when I say somebody I know, not Chowder.
Come on! Oh, hey, Iliphar.
There's some crew up there. No one you recognize though. Everyone. It was kind of all hands on deck for the storm, and so now we have kind of like the third ring crew going.
Yeah. Chowder, come with me.
Okay, hold on. Give me a minute. I got one more in me. Okay.
And Chowder,
we're good. I'm coming.
before we get started, you do have the poisoned trait right now, so you have disadvantage on
Now,
attacks
let's see.
and
This is
ability.
Is this day 3 we're starting?
Yes.
I would like to use one of my 2 antitoxin potions as
Oh,
well.
okay. Yeah, you're good. Then.
Okay, cool.
You puked, did some puking, took the antitoxin, and you're all
Yeah.
set now.
Because the secret is don't take the antitoxin right before you puke.
Yeah.
Because then it doesn't get in there.
Yeah.
Right.
You take it, you puke,
Exactly.
then it's you just wasted it.
I'm an
All
empty
right.
vessel for healing now.
So I will.
Below deck.
Yeah, I follow
Take
Iliphar.
And so you're heading down the stairs there. You both see this little girl. She's moved a little closer to you. She's looking in the fountain, the off fountain now.
Okay, I'm gonna lean to Chowder and say, so Brummett, explain this to me. Apparently that's crazy, and we see crazy.
Okay, I'm definitely seeing crazy. We talking about the same crazy? Because it's a little girl in a fountain right
It's a
now.
little girl, yeah.
Okay, yeah. I see
That's-
it. I see the crazy.
So yeah, that's when he says, we're sea crazy. That's what he's talking about.
Okay. Oh, did he tell you what to do about it, or how do we fix it?
He told me just go back to bed.
Oh. That's
I don't, but that's just like that's weird, right? That
yeah.
we're seeing the same thing.
I was about to say, you think it would be different for everybody, I would assume, but yeah, the little girl fountain, I'm looking right at it.
She turns towards you, both.
Oh shit!
And
Oh no!
It just went all shining on this.
turns to both of you, and she says, "Have you seen Clara?"
No.
I don't
Have
think
you
so.
seen Jacob?
Yeah.
I don't know who Jacob is. I'm looking for
I don't-
Clara, my dolly.
Well, I don't. Oh, with Dolly. Well, that would be helpful information. This is why I don't want kids.
As long as it's not Calbrina.
Yeah, is Reynald's room near us, or is it on the opposite side? Or?
Yeah, you're on the side where your rooms are.
Okay, I'm going to
knock.
Can you give me a knock? See?
A knock at the door. Reynald, you wake up. Do you answer your door, or do you tell him to go away?
What?
Reynald, we need you out here. It's important.
Fine. Hold on.
Spill.
What is your name?
My name is Charlotte.
You went real southern right then.
I did, didn't
So
I?
you hear some loud banging and clanking coming from my room. And a few moments later, the door opens up.
What is the Faerun equivalent of southern? Like, do I recognize that accent?
Oh man,
You weren't ready for this.
I wasn't.
Charlotte.
And see, my favorite accent joke is that I think Chris Perkins made it. Is that Drow have an Australian accent because they come from down under.
If I had a solid Australian accent, I would have used one playing a Drow, but I don't.
I have only ever.
I have a Scottish accent and I have an English accent that turns into Scottish accent after 4 sentences.
I did a French accent for Drow when I did it, but that was only because it was. Oh crap! What's his name? Who's the famous Drow that isn't Dritz?
Jarlaxle?
Yeah, Jarlaxle. It was Jarlaxle, and it was just like he seems like he'd have a French accent.
Yeah, I can see that.
That does track.
Back on track. After so much commotion on the other side of the door, Reynald emerges, and Reynald, you see the little girl standing there with now looking at the three of you, and she says, "Have you seen my dolly, Clara?"
I don't believe I have.
Where did you leave? Where did you last see Clara?
I don't know.
That's unhelpful. It's an unhelpful child.
We need a little more than that.
So, do you have an alternate answer?
She says, "I checked in my room, but
Which room is yours?
I have the special room downstairs."
Can you take us there? We'll help you look for Clara.
She nods. Okay. And she takes you down.
Going to the special room.
She when you get to the stairs, she kind of instinctively puts her hand out to hold someone's hand. Is anyone reaching to hold her hand down the stairs?
Same height.
I look at Chowder.
Same height. Chowder begrudgingly looks at Iliphar and goes, "Fine."
Chowder, you take her hand.
Out, yeah.
It is icy cold.
It
is icy cold, and it suddenly strikes you that like there was just a really terrible storm for the past several hours, and everything got wet, and she must be freezing, and just looking for this dolly. But she takes you down the stairs and leads you into the just past the galley. And
girl goes by the hand
to the just past the galley and along and out into the storage area. Why did I lose the word cargo for a minute? The cargo room. And she turns to the right after just entering the cargo, and you notice a door over there that Albrecht didn't point out to you, and that it's almost. It almost blends in with the wall. It's not necessarily a secret door. It's obviously there, but it's just easy to miss. And she, from around her neck, she pulls a little key out and she unlocks the door. And inside is a well-appointed cabin. There is a little bed that's rather messy, but a bed. There's a dresser and 2 trunks in the corner. One is a steamer trunk that's open, and there are some dresses and clothes for her.
For her, like no adult?
No adult, just her.
Clothes?
Yep.
Okay.
Chowder.
Yeah, what's up? This hand does not feel normal. What do you say? What is it? I forgot to study. I forgot to study the notebook you handed me on visual cues. Okay. Take the key off my necklace. Put it in my pocket. Is it? The key. Okay, I'm gonna go for the key. I'm gonna use. Okay, I got it.
Give me a sleight of hand.
And while he's doing that, like I'm going to be like making like a ruckus, like going for the other trunk, and it's like, oh, is it in here? Let's take a look, and I'm going to open that one up.
Yeah.
Can you describe the ruckus?
Why don't
Yes, please.
your sleight of hand? You succeed. You get that key.
Okay, good. Good.
But through your ruckus, Iliphar, you're like opening a chest. Is it in here? You start lifting cushions. Like, hey, over here, lifting cushions in the bed. You actually find a doll, kind of stuffed in between the mattress and the wall. As you did that, and you pull it out, and the little girl says, "Clara," and she kind of runs over and hugs the doll. And she says, "Thank you."
All right. And your name is Charlotte.
Charlotte.
Charlotte, are your parents here?
No, my parents are in Waterdeep.
Oh, okay. So you're heading to Waterdeep to meet up with them. Mm-hmm. Is somebody taking care of you during the storm?
No, I'm down here. I don't like going up there. The sailors are kind of scary.
Oh, I understand that. It says
Tell me about it.
Says the drow with 7 charisma. Is somebody bringing you food? Do you have food? Mm-hmm. Oh, very good then. Okay. Well, if you need anything, just remember that you have a friend in Chowder.
She says. She looks over at you, Chowder, and holds out this like dirty little doll, and she says, "Clara needs a kiss."
Oh my God, are you kidding me? Okay. This is unbelievable. All right,
look at the time.
The mimic.
We got a lot to do. Iliphar, Reynald, go ahead and head on upstairs, and I'll be right behind you. Just nothing. I'm just gonna say goodbye here real quick, and I'll be right on up.
Yeah.
And
I'm gonna walk out of the room. And do we know where the captain is?
Right.
Yeah. You know where his cabin is.
Okay. Reynald.
Yes.
That was a lot of sea crazy to see. I'm thinking that's not crazy.
Did seem a bit odd.
I think.
Wonder if there are any other rooms down here.
Can we look around? Are there other rooms?
Yeah, none that you can find. This one just seems to be kind of what the cargo. When you were first down here, the cargo hold. It just appeared to be one big room, but this room, it's actually has a smaller room inside of it that's off to the corner that you must have just missed on your way in. And the door does kind of blend in with the wall there, but it is just a smaller auxiliary room off to the side, and that's the only one you find. Searching that you weren't aware of.
I think we need to have a conversation with the captain.
Not a bad idea.
If Brummett doesn't even know that this... we still don't know where Jacob was, but there seems to be a lot more people around. What time... Is it like...
Middle of the night again.
Middle of the night, okay. Okay. Well... I can wait till morning.
Yeah, Chowder blows a goblin kiss to Clara from a safe distance. So there's no haunted doll contact.
There's no haunted doll contact. Charlotte's unhappy about that. But she doesn't. She's not a real kiss. Clara's not going to be able to sleep now. And you head off, and she
Chowder.
What? Okay, fine. I tuck.
Wanda smiles.
Oh God, let me roll my charisma save. Are you kidding me?
Oh
my
no!
God.
What'd you roll?
A 5.
A 5. Yes. All right,
You're
so,
smiling.
with a begrudging, beaming grin, I tuck in this ghost girl and her haunted doll, and I give a nice goblin kiss on the cheek to Clara, the haunted doll, so that she can sleep tonight. And then I rejoin my party, all smiles.
The rest.
The mimic bites you in the face.
Yes.
So for middle of the night now, you're waiting to talk to the captain till tomorrow morning.
Well, yeah. I mean, Chowder. That's
Okay.
Okay, we found. Well, I'll just, we'll talk to Chowder about it. It's not that we
Right.
Yeah.
feel obligated to bring you into the major decisions, but
What do you mean major decisions is me tucking in a haunted girl and a ghost doll? That's the major decision.
wait, you think she's haunted?
She had an icy cold hand. I think she died on this ship at some point. That's
Why
my
is
theory.
Why is the doll a ghost?
I don't know that. By association?
So you're saying that everything she touches turns into a ghost?
Oh no!
She's Ghost Midas.
Everything
The worst.
she touches
This
turns
is gonna be the
ghost.
worst BBEG ever. Yeah, like she
Gotcha.
touches you, you're dead.
Oh no!
You return to your cabins.
Actually,
sleep-
that sounds like Tomb of Horrors, like literally.
You sleep uneventful through the rest of the night. As you awake through the light coming through your little porthole window, it's a soft, kind of strange light. And looking out, it almost just looks gray, like it's clouds. And you can peer down a little bit and see the water below, but there's a heavy fog all around. And above deck, it seems everything is progressing as normal.
First, in a great mood. It's so pretty.
It's
It
is just
so beautiful. Look at the sky.
this fog that hangs over the ocean in all directions. It's calm. There's not much wind, but it is eerie out here. It's almost like you're, floating or flying, and just the faint sounds that are carried on the fog. You hear one of the crew mentioning how sounds carry much further in the fog. What do you guys do?
I think we need Albrecht.
You find Albrecht at the helm of the ship. He's steering. It's his turn, his shift. So he's taking it off. But he smiles and nods to you, but he still keeps his eyes scanning the horizons, even though you can't really see very far. And every now and then, you can hear someone from up top call out, and someone he has spotters all around calling out, "All clear, all clear." You hear that echoing through the fog.
Albrecht. So we've met a couple of people who are
More of the crew.
passengers.
He looks a little
heading to
confused.
Waterdeep.
Passengers to Waterdeep?
Yeah.
We have met a girl named Charlotte and a small man with. Honestly, it's a rat. It's just a great hat. Jacob.
Jacob.
Are you unaware of these people? There's a room
There should be no
downstairs.
other guests on this ship but you three.
Okay. Chowder, did you get the key?
Yes. Got the key.
Okay. There was a room downstairs
Yeah,
that
downstairs.
Charlotte is living in.
Charlotte.
hold.
Like
Is that right?
this.
Jay Vader can help me.
Yeah, Charlotte's right.
Albrick seems concerned. He rings a bell off to the right of him, and he calls out Brummett, and coming from the front of the ship, Brummett attends and he says, "Are you aware of other guests that we had on here?"
See, we thought it was sea crazy because we were seeing crazy, but like we keep seeing them and we all see them.
Brummett
probably like, that's not what that means.
Brummett sees Brummett like looked at all the three. Is just like, these guys. These are the ones that told you they saw people. And he explains to Albrick that
Vader kid's onto something.
Brummett explains to Albrick about the incident you had, and says they're not used to the ocean. They're sick. They've been sick. All three of them have been sick over this journey.
Where does that key come? Unlock.
Albrick looks at Brummett. He says they've got a point. They have a key. They said they were in a room. Albrick says, "Can you take me there?"
Yeah.
Indeed.
Absolutely.
All right,
Let's go. He said, "Brummett, take the wheel. I'll go with them."
I'm kind of wondering if I should roll an insight roll on myself to see if Iliphar realizes on the way down that there's no room there.
On your way down, Iliphar, are you leading the way to the room, or Chowder?
Sure.
You go through the galley, open the door, take a right, and you're right. There's no room there.
See, that's what I realized halfway down the stairs.
Hey, what the?
Albrick says, "Where is this room of yours?"
It was right here. I have a key.
I mean, I'm sure that key could be, and from anything, it could be dropped. Could have found it. Are you sure all three of you are okay? I know the seas and the storm can be rather rough.
Yeah, but we're seeing the same thing. The same exact thing. Girl named Charlotte, missing doll named Clara. All of these details, I'm sure we sound crazy.
Clara. That's not important.
I wish I could help, but why don't the three of you just take it easy today? Maybe just lay low. I can get Ralphio to whip you up some food or some soup. Would that help?
Can you? Well, probably not. On a strictly technical level. But all right, we're the only ones on the second level, right?
Albrick nods. Yes, you are the only three passengers on this ship. The rest are sailors and myself.
Can we have some of the crew stay on that level tonight and see if they see the same thing?
Of course. I'm sure
Probably
some of them
appreciate
wouldn't
the warm
mind
Yeah.
having a stay in a room.
Okay. Because it's been happening at night and every night, so we'll try that.
I see. Well, we'll get to the bottom of this. Don't worry. I'm sure there's a reasonable explanation for all of this. And as he says that, there's a splash outside. And you hear the crew calling, "Man overboard! Man overboard!" Albrick springs to attention. He says, excuse me, kind of pushes his way through and runs up the stairs. What do the three of you do?
I'll follow.
I'm gonna say
Yeah.
I hope it's Jacob.
Same.
Up the stairs, There is up the stairs. There is commotion going on the deck. Sailors are lined up on the side. There was a splash. Someone had fallen overboard, and in the thick fog, it's hard to make out where they can, but you can hear someone splashing below. The sailors are all kind of looking at each other. Sailors notorious for or being known to not be able to swim are looking at each other. Someone's getting a rope trying to throw it out, but it's just when you don't know where to throw it, it's hard to get it right. So they're not having much luck. What are the three of you doing during all of this commotion?
Oh, goodness.
Chowder, weren't you telling me you can swim just the other day?
Yeah, not bad. I mean, it's not great, but I can try something here. I can do acrobatics.
I'm going to pick him up and toss him over.
I am now definitely going to do acrobatics.
Acrobatics, Chowder.
All right, let's go. I rolled a 10.
A 10. Chowder, the throw
Chowder drowns.
the
Please
throw
roll a new character.
kind of sends you off balance. You do a bit of a belly flop into the water. Sure. There's a loud smacking noise.
Ouch!
Up top, all of you just see Chowder just go through the fog and disappear. You hear him hit the water. You hear him say "ouch." Chowder, as you're swimming around down there, why don't you give me an athletics check?
Oh, sure.
While I'm tossing him over, can I cast Bless on him?
Yes, you can.
Yeah.
All right, so you can add D4 to your rolls up to a minute.
Perfect. Let's see. So that's an 8 on athletics.
Yeah, so add D4.
Add D4. Hold on. Can I do that just generic in D&D Beyond?
Yeah, in D&D Beyond, there's a little dice symbol in the lower left. That is your dice.
Oh, gotcha, yeah. My laptop.
So click it and it will open it up and give you options.
Perfect. Thank you.
I don't think you need to move the whole camera for that.
I did, actually, because I'm blocking my monitor. I really did. Very professional. I didn't mean to go full into crotch cam there. But I had to. Just to everyone roll. I'm not sure why it's not working. There we go. Oh, okay.
A 1. A 9. So you have no luck finding this drowning person. You hear them splashing, but it just seems like every direction you go and stop, you hear it sounds like they're now in the opposite direction, and you're zigzagging around. The ship is still moving along, so you're kind of falling behind it a little bit. It's not fast, but you are falling behind. You're not drowning yet. You're still you're still above water. You're just having no luck finding
yet.
Yeah.
Doing good.
Now, do we have like a little rowboat now that we've thrown him in?
There is a rowboat in the back, yes. Did you want to go and start lowering that in?
Yeah.
All right. Why don't you give me a dexterity check to see how quickly you can get this in the water? An 8.
That's an 8.
Not 8 is not great. In your panic, to rush over there, you trip, fall into the boat. The boat, the hinges let loose, and you are in the water now.
Meanwhile, Brubin is looking at me going, "No, I was right the first time."
No, I was right. Reynald, what are you doing while all of this chaos unfolds?
What I love is we created like the weirdest, darkest party we could. And we turned out to be like the most ridiculous party of everything we play.
are the Three Stooges, essentially. This is incredible, yeah.
The Three Stooges of like black market assassins.
I know, right? I was like, yeah, I got a hard edge to this character as I tuck in a girl and her doll and kiss them on the cheek. Yes, incredible.
Yeah, so I'm going to look over the side of the boat to see if I can find both Chowder and the overboard person with perception.
Okay. Give me a perception. It is going to come at disadvantage because of the fog.
Oh, dang.
Oh, 15.
A 15. You're able to see them. You see that Chowder and this sailor are very close to each other. You could toss them a rope and land it in between both of them in a place that they could see.
And I will do that.
All right. The
Chowder,
rope
7 o'clock.
the rope hits the water.
By the way, the whole crew thinks you announced dinner.
Chowder, 7 o'clock.
Chowder's 7 o'clock, guys.
You hear some of the
Ralphie starts
sailors.
cooking even more furiously. He's like, what?
Chowder,
What?
no.
You changed the menu on me?
We were doing chicken nuggets tonight.
Think of them more like chick nuggets. No actual chicken.
Chowder, you turn around, you see the rope hit the water. As you turn around, you see that sailor who had fallen overboard, struggling to keep his head above water, right behind you the entire time. And you manage to grab him, and both of you grab onto this rope. And Reynald, why don't you give me a strength check to help to pull this rope on up? A 1. You get pulled right in, splashing into the water. All 3 of you now are down here, and the rope reeled out a little bit before some of the sailors caught it. But the 3 of you, or actually the 2 of you in the water, and Iliphar, you have managed to right your boat a bit. And by this point now, both of them are floating beside you, kind of, you're going to pass them in a moment, holding onto this rope.
I have to tell you, the whole title of Dice and Jury Alive, we're just not going to be able to keep this.
This is a non-sustainable party.
Yeah. Can we change it to mostly alive?
Mostly alive.
Partially alive?
Yeah.
All right. If I righted the boat, I'm gonna we'll try to get everybody in.
Although percentage-wise, we're staying more alive than we did in Dice and Dreary.
Yep, that's true. So far.
So far.
Actually,
it was episode 3 that I went unconscious for the first time.
Right.
The 3 of you are in this boat. 2 of you are soaking wet. And you have the rope, and you're being pulled towards the ship. All 3 of you roll me perception checks to see what you see as you're being pulled back towards the ship.
How bright is it? Do I have a
not bad.
disadvantage?
No
20 and
disadvantage for
18
your
so
brain.
far.
18, 20,
Yeah.
17.
17. All 3 of you,
Nice.
as you're getting closer and closer to the boat, you can kind of see the silhouette at first through the fog. Chowder, you still have that rope, and now you're all 3 in that rowboat. So they're pulling you, and you've kind of tied it to the rowboat. They're pulling you in, and as you get close to the ship, you notice that the ship doesn't look as brightly vibrant painted as it was anymore, and it looks a little weathered and old. And as you're getting closer and closer to the ship, you notice the bow of it, where once was written the Endurance, the name of the ship, in this beautiful calligraphy script, now has the appearance of dripping blood, and it spells out Ship of Doom.
Oh.
You haven't yet been pulled up and
a metal name.
Ship of Doom. And you look, you can just see the silhouettes of the crew above, as they're still pulling you closer to the ship. And what do the three of you do?
Do we recognize the drowning man at all? Like from as being a member of the crew from before?
Oh, that's good.
Or like
Yes, yeah, he is. He's one of the sailors.
Okay. I
He's
just wanted to-
out of breath, almost passed out.
okay.
And excuse me, not Ship of Doom, Ship of Horror. I misspoke.
Oh,
No, you. It's like, oh goodness, the blood is like reforming into a different.
No, different name. Yeah, it's a Ship of Horrors now.
Little ship of horror.
suddenly Chowder.
You can hear Albrecht's voice up above, shouting, "Pull them back up quickly!"
Feed me, Reynald.
Okay.
Okay, I'm gonna like poke the guy.
He
Did you see that?
he looks up, and he looks a little shocked. And he looks at you three, kind of out of it. Where are we? What is this?
Captain,
I
you gonna
hear
want to
back.
see this. I mean, you matey, you'd be wanting to see this here on the side of the ship.
A rope ladder comes down as you're close enough to the ship now.
I'm gonna lean into Chowder, and it's like, it's helpful to speak their language.
Nice work. That was good.
And Albrecht, through the fog, you can see his silhouette. He says, "Come on up. We'll get you on deck and safe, and then we can talk."
Yeah, if we're bringing the boat, are we bringing like the rowboat up? Or no, so there's a ladder. I'll say.
He says, "Who's down? Who's down there with you? Is it Lucas?" The guy nods his head.
Yeah, it's Lucas.
He says, "Lucas knows how to get the boat back. Lucas, get the boat back. You three, come on up."
Captain, can you come down the stairs, the ladder?
I think we're looking at a different boat.
Listen, it's fine. Come on up. Let's talk about it.
Well, it doesn't look fine, honestly.
You hear Brummett muttering, "It's the sea crazies, I told you." Albrecht, this is now. Come on, we just need to get you guys safe. You see his silhouette again, kind of motioning you to get up, and you see the crew all standing around.
I'm gonna lean to Chowder and saying, Reynald did this bullshit about how like the money we got was fine for the job, and that it's just gonna be like a trip to Waterdeep. Even if nothing comes of it, it's gonna be fine.
Why are you pulling me into this?
You're not there. Talking to Chowder.
He's sitting right in the rowboat with you.
Wait, he went down in the rowboat?
No, I
'Cause he,
fell
uh,
He fell in.
He failed the strength check.
He
on the
failed the
rope,
strength
so
check and
he
got pulled
fell
in.
Right
Oh, I totally missed that.
Yeah,
Okay,
you pulled both Reynald
yeah,
and Chowder
okay.
up into your ship. Yeah.
All right, so that's now canon. Iliphar did not notice that because he had a slip and he was struggling to
When
get up.
did you get
He's
here?
Yeah. He's like, what the?
And he's sitting right behind me, isn't he?
I didn't even want to go to Waterdeep.
Yes, ain't no pleasure cruise. That's for certain.
What do the three of you do?
On that boat.
Well, I mean, we can always toss the crew overboard if we need to and commandeer the vessel.
Meanwhile, Lucas is like, what?
What are you guys talking about?
Not you. You're fine.
All right, well, let's go.
Yeah.
Let's go talk.
Climbing up the ladder, who goes first?
Iliphar will.
Iliphar. Climb up the ladder, and Aubrek reaches down a hand to help you up as you reach the top. And when you grab his hand, it's ice cold.
Oh dear.
He brings all three of you up onto the ship. The fog is all around you, and you can see everything has changed. The ship is in a state of decay that it was not in when you first left. The crew is in a state of decay that matches. Some more decayed than others. Aubrek seems to be the worst of it. You can see just patches of his flesh that have fallen away and the rotting bones underneath. All of them are undead. And the crew of about 30 kind of encircles the decks of the ship. And as you all three arrive up, and Aubrek says to you three as, I suppose I owe you an explanation.
I'm going to point to Iliphar and say,
Wanda smiles on Chowder.
Chowder?
It's coming, I promise. Here we go. Charisma 16.
16. Chowder resists the urge.
I'm going to point to Iliphar and say, I think he's related to Bootstrap Bill.
And I'm gonna, and I'll say, are you mateys?
He says, I haven't been completely honest with you.
You think?
But for good,
Yeah.
but I want to say for a good reason, but it's for a selfish one. It was, take a look at the mists around you. These aren't just any regular sea mists.
Oh, crap. This is a Curse of Strahd campaign, isn't it?
These are the mists of Ravenloft.
Oh my god.
You stand aboard my ship, which is aptly named now the Ship of Horrors. I am cursed to forever remain on this ship with my crew. And under...
We saw you not on the ship.
And he says, through the ages, I've managed to extend my reach beyond a little bit, but that broken down castle you met me in, if you recall, was in full view of the port and my ship. As long as I can see her, I can remain away for short periods of time. My curse is to continuously build my crew. I hire people, such as yourselves, to this journey. We bring you to Ravenloft, and well, the cycle continues. Crew decays and falls away. New crew is added. The cycle continues. But you three are different, and I think we can strike a deal. I'm forbidden from righting the sins of my past that cursed me here on this ship. But you three aren't. You're not part of my crew. You're visitors.
So you want us to write down your sins? Because number one is being a dick.
Coincidentally, number 2 is also being a dick.
Yeah, honestly, top 10.
Top 10. You may have noticed some others on this ship. There is Jacob, Charlotte. There's a third. I don't think you've met her yet, but I'm sure very soon. These spirits haunt and torment me for eternity
That's a bummer, man.
because of what I've done. And I want you 3 to help me right that wrong.
I mean, you know, like, this is an additional wrong, right? like two wrongs don't make it right.
He says,
You can't wrong the wrong and turn it right.
nothing I've said to you has been a lie. If we can break this curse, we do have my old documents. We do have my old estates. If we can break this curse and head back to Waterdeep, I still promise you everything that I've all the payment that I've promised so far. The deal still stands.
Oh. I mean, in that case, it's...
That's a surprise. I did not expect that.
No, that's like... And I've worked with undead before. That's like... They smell a little bit, but the food sucks, but...
Excellent.
Who's not that bad, honestly.
Okay, so... If we...
I've had
If
clients who are dicks before.
Okay, so we need to figure out your sins against these 3 people and write them down, and then this curse will be broken, and we're gonna leave the mist and go to Waterdeep.
That is correct.
Okay, do I have like a roll on? Is that how Ravenloft works?
Why don't you give me some insight?
I love that. Yeah.
Ooh, 14.
14.
Not that really
It sounds legit. You know, the story he tells...
Because it doesn't.
It doesn't.
I mean, you know it doesn't, right?
The story he told is that he is cursed to ferry people into the mists. He can freely come and go. That is, you know, that you met him outside of the mists. He can freely come and go. He can't leave. He can't leave view of his ship. And if he's off of his ship, he can't be off for too long. He has to stay close to it. But that's his curse. The other part of his curse that he explains to you forbids him from him or his crew from assisting in like clearing that curse. It has to be all you. He can sail you around, but it has to be you that breaks his curse. He also can't provide any information. The most he says he can do is say, I have my logs, and you're welcome to the logs that I've kept over the years. You're welcome to those. And you've met Jacob and Charlotte already, who you may be able to speak with more, to help. They're not part of this curse. The third, Madeline, may prove a bit more of a handful.
Why is that?
Well, he says, well, it is day 4, isn't it? And there's a blood-curdling scream from up above deck.
Oh.
And he says, right on cue. And the scream continues as it gets closer and closer, and the door to his cabin, to Aubrich's cabin, where you were all discussing this, and he was showing you his notes and things. The door busts open, and this specter, of a woman, who is wearing this funeral gown of sorts. You know, and just covered in blood is screaming with her hand outstretched towards Aubric and launches from the door into the room, just ethereally through the air. And I need everyone to roll initiative.
Well.
Where are my notes here? Here we go. All right. This is a...
What's your dex, Chowder?
+4. 19 +4.
Okay, you're going before me then.
Yeah, because we both rolled a 6.
I miss,
Gotcha.
yeah, I miss having Crethin's dexterity. I think it's impossible for him to roll a 10.
Okay, so what do we got for the scores here? Let's see.
10.
6.
6 with
10.
higher dex.
10, 6, 6. Oh, and okay.
Yeah, we're all gonna stand there while this ghost just kills this guy.
I'm okay with that.
Yeah.
Banshee, 10, 6, 6. So then it's Iliphar.
Wait, you just used a word there with a B in it?
Yeah, he did do that.
Yeah, crap.
Iliphar, Chowder, and then Reynald. This specter, this woman, her funeral garbs are just covered in blood. She floats across the room with uncanny speed and giving off this ear-piercing scream. Her spectral hand just pierces Aubric's chest. Aubric just does not resist at all, falls backwards into his chair, coughs up blood as she just like rips out his heart, just a bloody mass that she rips out, screams at, and then lets off this scream at the ear piercing. And I need everyone to, let's see here, make a Constitution saving throw.
16 for me.
16.
14.
14. 18. All three of you are successful. You each will take 10 psychic damage.
Holy crap.
Okay. That's a good way to start.
I'm sorry. What?
Yeah, right. We all succeeded, and now a third of my health is gone.
Well,
Okay.
had you failed, you drop to 0 hit points.
Oh, sure.
This scream just
Way to TPKS with the first.
that scream just pierced through your ears. Iliphar, you're up next. You guys are all three kind of in shock because this all happened within seconds of the door bursting open, the spirit charging in, ripping out and killing Aubric, who already was kind of decaying and dead looking. But Aubric just seemed to accept. He didn't fight back. He even seemed to know it was coming. But it is your turn, Iliphar. What are you doing?
Does this thing look happier now that he's gone? Like,
It looks bloodthirsty.
okay, it's not done. Well, crap. Madeline. All right. Crap. All right. I'm gonna come in and try to, come up behind her with the short sword, just swiping her and then swinging around with a back kick.
All right.
So, the sword, it's gonna be 19
That's a hit.
for 5 damage. I rolled a 1 on that. And then, Yeah. Okay. So the bonus action is the unarmed strike. So that's gonna be the kick around with an 8.
That's an 8 to hit.
To hit, yes.
Yeah, that's a miss.
That's so low. I'm assuming you're rolling damage.
That's got to be damage, right? Are you sure you rolled a d20 there? Not a d12. So those are you try to attack. The first attack lands, but your kick, your follow up does not connect. Chowder, you are here, shocked at what's happening. This bloodied ghost wants more blood. It seems like.
Sure.
You're in the cabin.
Chowder's like, Iliphar's got it.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's fine.
You're in Albrecht's cabin, which is a small room, but the largest stateroom here.
Okay. I think I'm gonna try and open up with a short bow attack.
All right.
Would this count as a sneak attack since she's previously engaged, or?
Yes, it would.
All right, cool.
Wait, how do you know
23
that she was engaged before?
23.
That was the sin.
That was the sin
He left her at the altar. Write it down. Write it down.
I'm writing it. I'm writing that sin right now. Scribble. All right, let's see. 23. I'm gonna roll damages and add.
Her story.
So it says total damage 14, and then I'm gonna add that damage 2d6 for the sneak attack.
Oh,
so that's
nice.
a total of 14 plus 9. I rolled a full crit on the sneak attack.
23.
So that should be 23 damage.
23 damage.
You have no idea how much Iliphar gets annoyed when you outpace him in damage.
Yeah.
It's like, I'm the assassin here.
And I look at Iliphar and I give him a big wand of smiles without the wand. I'm like, ding.
Reynald.
So a spectral arm will come up from my back with a big spiky bit on the end of it as I cast Spiritual Weapon. And does a 15 hit.
A 15 hits.
For 6 force damage.
6. It's incredibly effective. And knocks this spirit back a little bit. Let's see, that'd be 18. And is that your move, Reynald?
Yep.
This spirit lunges forward towards. Let's see here. Let's roll towards Iliphar. And makes an attack. Does a
Yes, it hits.
12 hit you?
No, it doesn't. Oh, thank
Hey.
This creature lunges for you, Iliphar, and you just barely step out of the way, and it kind of as you step out of the way, and their fingers kind of graze your shoulder, and you feel this burning, and it leaves a black mark along your arm, like it's decayed some of the skin, but you're unhurt.
Okay.
And Iliphar, it is your move. And actually, she has a movement. After she charged towards you and missed, she kept going through the side of the wall, which would have led to another room. Behind you is the door that's open into the hallway. What do you do, Iliphar?
That was exciting. So,
You staying put?
yeah, I mean, I guess we're gonna write down some things on a piece of paper or something. I don't like. It was very like. It would have been really helpful if he talked to us about this, like, like day one of the journey. It's not like that we were going to be able to do anything about it, but we'd have a few days, right? Like, why did he have to like announce right before this crazy lady comes yelling? Like, I have questions.
Chowder, are you doing anything?
I'm still recovering from what I just witnessed, I think, with Iliphar getting an attack that he dodged, and then she just kind of freaked out and moved away. So, yeah, I'm recovering too. And I'm like, is this more of those sea crazies you're talking about? What is going on here?
Reynald?
Yeah, how y'all doing for health?
25 out of 35 for me. Yeah.
I have extremely low max HP, so I'm 13 of 23.
Ooh, yeah, that's critical.
Yeah, it's rough. So I will give you a cure wounds.
Oh, I was gonna say you're just checking.
Like, oh, that's
Boy, that
that's
sucks.
terrible.
Is that 13? What's
13.
It? Dang. Why
Nice.
is everybody better at everything than me? Gosh. If she comes back, though, I have a plan. Like, I'm excited.
Ooh, nice.
It's funny you should say that, because
I knew it was.
coming through the door, or coming through the wall behind you now, Reynald, there is a scream at the very instant that she appears again, emerging from the wall, and takes a swipe at you. Does a 15 hit?
No.
15 misses. She again attempts to float through the attack to kind of like swipe across the room, but her movement it isn't enough and leaves her kind of in the middle of the room as we come back up to Iliphar.
How big is the room?
It's only about like 20 feet in either direction. This is not a very big. It's the largest room on the ship, but that's about it.
Okay.
A little cramped.
All right. Sorry about this, everybody. And I am going to. How does this work with promotes? I'm going to use 2 key points to cast silence on the room.
Okay. Very good.
Good call. I was thinking about casting silence myself.
Yeah, it's 20-foot radius, so that should get us pretty good.
Just as you're doing that, she tries to let out this horrible scream, and you hear it building up and then just kind of fade away into just pure silence.
And I'm gonna turn to Chowder and was like,
Chowder, it is your turn.
The only
Iliphar.
thing you hear as she screams is Nelson's.
Exactly.
Chowder, it is your turn. You can't hear anything.
Right. I look at the bewildered banshee, and I pull out my short bow again, and I'm ready to unleash fury. 22.
That's a hit.
Roll damages. That's total damage of 18, but I would like to use my Fury of the Small.
Okay.
Once per short rest, you can deal 4 extra damage to a creature with a size larger than yours. So I'm sure she's bigger than me.
Yes.
I assume. And I would like to use that 4 extra damage as well.
Okay, so that's 18. 22?
Yes.
So as you... what does this look like as you're attacking her? Because this is enough to kill her.
Sweet. Okay, so I kind of do
Or
like
to defeat her. I shouldn't say kill. She is dead already.
I can't hear anything, so I like flail my arms to Reynald and Iliphar to look at me, because this is gonna look really cool. And I do a tactical dodge roll where like I shoot the short bow, and in mid roll like it just completely collides with her, and I use my Fury of the Small silently, and I'm just like. Just like really look like a flailing goblin as I take this banshee down.
Yeah, she just dissipates and bursts into this smoke that just kind of floats away, and everything goes I want to say
about to
goes
say
quiet.
quiet.
I was going to say everything goes quiet, but it's completely silent until the spell is lifted.
Iliphar finally loses his temper because and he looks right at Chowder and is like,
I point at the wand of smiles. I'm like, use that. I don't understand.
How long does silence last for?
let me look. 10 minutes.
10 minutes. Okay. I was hoping it would be like a minute so it could like fade out at the end of your at the end of your spiel.
So we can hear the end of the rant, yeah.
And it's just a string of beeps. Beep, 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 and you beep.
I like I would figure like at the very end of it, and I don't mind doing the whole rant for 10 minutes and 4 seconds.
Yeah.
But,
Yes.
But it is like, and that's why I stole your last girlfriend.
And I'm like, wait, what?
Oh, the spell lifted.
After the spell has lifted and you all have regained yourself, you're in this room with the Captain Aubrek, who his chest is open. He's coughed up blood. He's just leaning back on his chair, dead. And it's kind of awkward for a moment as you're all looking around, not sure what to do. And he coughs and
Yeah, saw that coming.
sits up. And he takes a deep breath. You can see his lungs inside of his chest kind of expand, and he says, "You never get used to it. You never get used to it."
Albrecht, let's talk. If you want us to help you, advance warning, would be nice.
I agree. I 100% agree.
Well, we've made a lot of progress today then.
I would love nothing more than to not ferry people into Ravenloft. I would love nothing more than to warn people that I'm taking them into Ravenloft. But try as I might, the curse won't let me.
But you couldn't warn us. It's like, hey, by the way, this thing's gonna attack me, and she gets really pissy. Get your sword out.
Oh, that. Oh, yeah. See, it happens so often. I've kind of forgotten the danger of it to the living. My apologies.
So,
Where are you?
am I correct in guessing that you can't actually die?
That is correct, yes. None of us can.
But you can still feel pain.
Oh, yes, that was quite painful, yes.
It
Good.
looked like it. It really did.
And I'm going to cast Toll the Dead on him.
What does Toll the Dead do?
It does 1d8 necrotic damage or 1d12 if they are missing any hit points.
Oh, so 1d12. Give me your damage.
7.
There's this bell that rings, and boom, and Aubrek is in incredible amounts of pain, clearly.
Do I see his logs? Can I just grab his logs?
Oh yeah, he gave them to you. He put them
Okay.
on the table. He didn't touch them,
All
but
right.
he told you have
gonna
access to them. And
I'm gonna grab them and walk away.
Now, just keep that in mind if anything else slips your recollection that, we might ought to know.
he says, I suppose I deserved that.
This isn't Company Inc. anymore, so we can dip our sword.
Yeah, fair game, buddy.
The logs that you take, you take a preliminary search. It'll take you some time. They go back a long time. You, through a casual flip, would have to say at least 75, if not 80 years worth of logs are kept in these stacks. And skimming through, you find two names that stick out: Jacob and Charlotte. Both of these names were on work orders of being bodies being transported to Graben Island to be buried in the mausoleum, in the Graben family mausoleum. That is the only record that you can find from a preliminary search. There's still many other logs, though. That is just the ship's manifest. It is for each one of them one coffin. And it says Charlotte next to it, and several months later, one coffin and Jacob next to that.
Does it say that they were delivered?
It does not. But none of you can't tell if it just was overlooked. The delivery date wasn't put in, but the pickup dates are all listed and pickup locations, but not deliveries. Some of them don't have deliveries. Some of them do have deliveries written.
Do I know anything about Graben Island, and does it say where they were picked up?
No. You know nothing about Graben Island, but the two where they were picked up. I wish I would have had this. The two where they picked up was a port city called Toddstein. Toddstein.
Did you make that up right now?
No. I wish I did.
I really thought you did. I was like, that's great.
Toddstein. This is all of this was pulled from, or a lot of the names and things were pulled right from the adventure, the published adventure. But with that info, and with
if this is in Salt Marsh, I can't wait to read this and make my players go through it.
It is not.
No.
But this is where we're going to wrap up for the evening, and do part 2 on another session. Thank you, all of you, for joining us, and thank you for playing. This was amazingly fun. If you promise not to spoil it, and you won't be able to because I've changed a lot of things. But this is actually a original Ravenloft setting adventure called Ship of Horror. I did not divulge that in the beginning because it kind of ruins the whole
the
twist of the thing.
Yeah.
Thank you, Vader Kid. It was a lot of fun to do. We're going to have to do part 2. But yeah,
this was real good. I like this one a lot.
This was a lot of fun.
So much fun.
Yeah,
I love playing with this crew anyway, but great setting for all of it.
Did you have this one in your back pocket when we did the last one?
No. So what happened when you did the last one? The plan was to go to Waterdeep, and I was thinking, this is a Dice and Dreary stream. Like, we can't just have a high fantasy, high seas adventure without. It's got to get spooky somehow, right? And so I was just looking through. I actually think I may have found this in Matt Koval did this project a while back where he got people together and he wanted to make an adventure database that you could search. So you could search for things like enemies. I want to be I want the enemies to be undead or zombies. I want it to be on the sea. You set all these parameters and it will find published adventures through the history of Dungeons and Dragons. that
Wow.
meet that criteria, and it's all like community based. So people who have read the adventures tag them with what's in it. And I think I went on and I searched for like it was aquatic adventure, undead, and there was some other key points I thought that were just like on brand. And what came up was this RA2, Ship of Horrors. It's from the Ravenloft setting, and it actually had 2 introductions. One for like if your characters start in Ravenloft,
Yeah.
play this intro. If they're being brought to Ravenloft, play this intro. It's a adventure made to bring people to Ravenloft to get them into the setting, and then springboard from
cool.
there.
Yeah. So with the name of RA2, this is old school.
Oh yeah, yeah,
Nice. Oh, I love these old ones.
yeah. The here let me see if I can share my here. You know what I can do for everybody on stream? I can share. Let's see if I do window capture. There it is. The glorious cover.
That's great.
You guys will see it on stream in just a moment. But yeah, that is.
Nice.
Heck yeah.
Wait, what the heck? Because it says 4 to 6 players, level 8 to 10.
Oh yeah,
Uh huh.
We are 3 players, level 4.
that's what I mean. I've changed it a bit. I've adjusted.
That's all you changed was the cover number recommended.
Exactly. Yes. Yeah. And by
Good,
changed,
good.
I mean I'm running a 4 to 6, level 8 to 10 old school adventure with 2 to 3, 2 to 3 level whatever do you guys 4 to 5? Yeah, 4 to 5 adventurers in 5th edition. But speaking of that, you all do go up a level for our next session.
Oh yes.
Ooh, fancy.
And before we wrap
Nice.
up, we'll go around. If anyone has anything, one last thing to plug, I'll start with you, Techno. Anything coming up?
Yeah, like I said, Mont Blanc Hunters this week. I don't want to say season 2 of Tales from the Rusty Speeder is starting next Sunday because we're doing an interlude in Star Trek instead of Star Wars. And so,
Oh, cool.
And so, yeah, I'll be same players, but a Star Trek adventure. And I bought like a humble bundle of Star Trek Adventures rules and modules, and I got like in that humble bundle, it was something stupid like 30 adventures. And like reading through them, like these are like seriously good. Like I don't like the system all that much, but the adventures are good. And so I'm kind of pumped about doing it. And I don't know how long the interlude is going to last, but based on the quality of the adventures, I think we're at least going to do 3 or 4 of them.
Nice.
Because I like them.
That's awesome.
So that'll be next Sunday.
Next Sunday.
Yeah.
Awesome.
And I think everybody here is in Necromancer, which be coming up in a couple of weeks over at my channel. So follow Technofunk Boy.
Yeah, go follow Technofunk Boy. We'll be doing more games there. Ravenin, do you got anything coming up?
Not really. I've been busy working on my gaming table. Making good progress on it, though.
Nice.
That's
I'll
the
be
one
able
you've
to
been
post-
sharing, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Nice.
that looks rad.
I should
Yeah,
be able to
that's
post
awesome.
some new pictures pretty soon.
Awesome. Fantastic. And Thrashbutin, what do you got coming up?
Yeah, I do have a little bit of news from Horn Mountain. I'm still streaming regularly, playing games and music every week on twitch.tv/Thrashbutin. But as of a few weeks ago, I have officially recorded an album that is still being mixed and mastered currently right now. So I don't know the exact date of when it's going to be released. You may very well hear some cool additions from our very own Techno Funk Boy on a couple of the
Nice.
tracks on that very album. And I'm really looking forward to it being out in the world whenever it's ready. But it's going to be called Horn Mountain, same name, Thrashbutin. So looking forward to releasing that on Spotify,
really good.
iTunes, and Bandcamp as soon as it's
Real
ready.
good. Yeah, it's real good.
Awesome.
Thank you. Thank you,
I've
Techno.
obviously heard an advanced copy because I got to add some strings and some keys.
Of course.
That sounds awesome.
Yeah, thank you.
Fantastic. I
Thanks
can't
having
wait
me.
for
I
that.
always love
Yeah.
playing with this crew.
Yeah, I can't wait.
This is great.
I can't wait. for that album. That sounds awesome.
Thank you.
And I'm Jeff Adam. I'm the Dungeon Master of Dice and Dreary and Dice and Dreary Alive. And Dice and Dreary, we just had an episode come out on Wednesday. And thank you, Roger, for the 100 bits. We just had an episode come out last Wednesday. Next one is in just under 2 weeks. But it is reaching the end here, wrapping up. So if you haven't heard any of it yet, you've got lots of episodes in backlog there. Yeah, lots of episodes. I apologize, Thrash. There is a lot. We get sidetracked often.
No apology needed for that. It sounds fun to me.
Yeah, the music alone in published soundtracks is now over 4 hours.
4 hours worth
Wow.
of original soundtrack. It's
yeah.
wild. But that's it for tonight. We'll be back soon, hopefully. We'll set a date, and I'll make sure to send it out on the Discord and make sure people know. But will be another Saturday coming up that we'll do the stream again. Thanks, everybody, and have a good night.
Good night.